Welcome to episode 16, allegedly, of the Mainly Wrestling Show. I'm not John Jacobs. I'm Chuck Miller.
You wish.
God, I'd have wonderful hair and a beard. I was going to say something about Nicole, but I shall refrain. Probably wife. She's Lucy Almeida. I've completely been thrown off there. Commentator extraordinaire. We're here to watch a rare trip to Smackdown in 2002. Lisa, you were one of the few people who've actually stuck around and have some kind of attachment to this product. Were you still watching around October 2002?
I'm trying to think, because
even you had clocked out 20 years ago.
Even I had clocked out around this time. I think this was when SmackDown was still on Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
That's probably irrelevant to you guys.
UPN, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it played on the UPN. I would come home from soccer practice and I would be exhausted, but I would at least have it on in the background, I remember. But yeah, this was around or after Invasion time. I watched like the little previews. I saw Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. So it's funny because like 20 years later, there's familiar faces, and like this was the beginning side of that time, right? Where this was that great class of developmental coming up. Brock, Randy's coming up, Cena. I'm sure there's somebody that I'm missing or forgetting, but Batista, like there was a whole bunch of, young fresh blood coming up. So better days to come.
Yeah, the Jim Cornette stands will be telling you who's to blame for that. Yeah, I mean, this is just after the first draft, right? So I'm looking at the opening match, which is Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Devon and Ron Simmons. I have no recollection of them two being a tag team at all. So
very short-lived.
before we move on, what position did you play, Lisa?
What in football? In football, is that what you call it?
Yes.
Believe it or not, I actually played right back.
Right. Okay. Would you know who Gary Neville was if I made comparisons?
No.
Never mind. John, SmackDown, October 2002. Anything of this timeline / era?
I'm really bad with like dates and stuff. I feel like I definitely was watching at this time, but fucked if I can tell you what was going on.
I was in my third year of high school. I've got completely out.
Was Stephanie the GM of SmackDown at this time?
This was Stephanie's glow up phase, right, in 02 or 03, where she became the I'm all grown up now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do remember there was a little sprinkle of Hulk Hogan, aka Mr. America.
Mr. America. At some stage, we have to go and find that lie detector test with
hilarious
Mr. America and Vince McMahon again. Would never happen.
Would never.
In 2022 on a publicly traded company. But
I mean, that's pretty much everything would never happen at this point. It's a whole new product. It's a whole new feel.
I think it's a very rare episode where there's none of DX on the entire show, which is it's a big week for DX as well, because it's the Scissor Appreciation Day tomorrow. So
25.
Never mind the DX reunion. Billy Gunn's won the real winner this week. Okay, if you're watching on the network like John and I, it is SmackDown /4634. If you're outside of that time zone and you're in America, you'd not be able to watch this on Hulu because it's gone. Let's say for those of you on the Cock.
For those poor unfortunate souls on Peacock, it's season 4, episode 42, October 17th, 2002. Ooh,
October 17th, 2002, SmackDown and UPN, and we'll click play in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Yes, you're right. Last Thursday.
Who's the girl in the ring with them?
I was just about to ask you the same question.
I have no idea who that chick is.
Tracy. She sounds like she should be on a council estate in Leeds.
Wow.
Not council estate in Leeds.
I am from a council estate. No judgment here.
Okay.
By the way, Lisa, as you are our fashion critic, can we discuss the outfit? It's very much of the time, right?
For who? For Tracy or for the Undertaker?
I was going to say bit of both.
Yeah.
This was Taker's official like MAGA era, right? The start of it.
This was as I affectionately refer to him as midlife crisis Taker. He has the biker look down. He has
a 40-year-old man having a bandana. I mean, I'm approaching that, and I've got a very, receding hairline. I'd never wear a bandana like that on public, let alone on national television.
That's part of the biker persona in the biker culture.
That's how they let you in, brother.
That was, I mean, I especially like the cut off sleeves.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah. One point to make. Brock looks so young here.
He looks so young.
Unreal. Xavier Woods posted a photo 3 years ago today of him wearing that exact same Brock Lesnar shirt, saying, "I've just burnt this shirt this evening," because it was 3 years ago today. Brock Lesnar meet Kofi Kingston in 11 seconds on the official debut of Smackdown on Fox.
Shocking.
By the way,
I do remember this intro song, but it's not like proper resonating. Like the Smackdown fist, the fabled Smackdown fist. Everything would be better if we just brought back the Smackdown fist.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Bloody love fist.
Going to be a hot crowd. I do remember that. I think that intro was of the Smackdown PlayStation game. I want to say, "Here Comes the Pain." But yeah, I remember that. I remember that intro song because that would be played between old people like us. I use us as a collective here. How long?
Nydia, what a woman.
Nydia and Jamie Noble.
So let's see. For you,
yes.
Can you explain what stereotypes they were playing around this time?
Trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
A lot of talent in this match.
An advanced level of trailer trash, might I add.
I think he's from maybe, I want to say Virginia. That could be wrong.
Okay, that was weird. So did the "You Think You Know Me," but you didn't get it on this day? Don't like it.
Well, they have to open up with him because they're in Toronto,
Ontario, Canada.
Toronto.
Yeah, your accent makes it sound so much more, I don't know, real.
Toronto.
Good know about that, JJ.
I actually think it's so cute when you guys speak American English. Like, how on a scale of like 1 to 10, how difficult is it for you to speak American English?
I don't think I do it very well. I'm not the accent guy. That's really Jack. So. But
I'm a children's entertainer. I want to say it's an 8 out of 10 because it's very R's and it's very elongated vowels.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard when it's like you're thinking as you're talking, and that was Irish.
You sound like a valley girl from Wisconsin.
And I know, like, I just can't understand why Jason hasn't texted you. I mean, come on, hasn't he seen my story?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't do it. Well, give me one from the British Isles and I might be better.
Okay, hold on. This actually is so crazy because, like, when you think about 20 years ago, we have Rey Mysterio and Edge, and today, we still have a combination of them, like, still teaming together against that god awful. What's their name? Oh my God. What is their name?
Judgment
Day. Thank you.
Which is basically just Ray playing Daddy Dom to 3 guys, right?
Yep.
I actually
one of the best performing things on our channel is saying, if it's Mammy, it's Mammy. If she wants Pappy, it's Pappy.
There's a lot going on.
A lot of thirsty guys. Oh my God. But yeah,
does anyone know why Devon and Ron?
I was going to say, were they put together just because they're black?
This when they split up Devon and Bubba in different brands, right? Okay, so they just shoved him with someone else.
Yeah. But
I feel like it's Family Guy here, like Peter Griffin, black guy stuff.
But where's JBL now? I always picture JBL as a SmackDown guy.
JBL was on Raw originally. on the draft. He was quite over in like mid 06. He did some stuff with Austin against the NWO, and then I think he got injured, and then he came back late 03 with this new John Layfield wrestling god. I'm a Texan financial. He's like almost like an oil tycoon, right? Kind of, yeah.
But with finance. But that actually was like the best thing that happened to him. I mean, that was when they put the belt on him, and he was running SmackDown for a couple good years there.
I could not stand the guy. And as a kid, it took me so long to actually realize that John Bradshaw Layfield was Bradshaw from the APA. I was like,
I didn't get it either at first. Do you know what happened? So I got out of wrestling when I went back to uni in like 2006. I bought a lot of books. I bought like Wrestle Crap, and I bought The Death of WCW, and something that showed like between that time of like 02 and 05 what happened, and I couldn't believe like reading up on it. Oh my God, John Layfield, JBL was champion with 300 days. How?
John Layfield.
John
Bradshaw Layfield.
God, Ron Simmons
the
was still a
limousine,
badass.
The limousine with the horns.
Yeah, because even.
Yeah, he had a cabinet, guys. He had Orlando Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes, they all look
wow.
Alike. He had
John Jacobs. You're better than that.
No, JJ. Listen, JJ is. We like this. He gets a pass. He can do whatever he wants. He had the Bashams as his. I remember the Bashams. I don't remember his.
Jillian Hall.
In Jillian Hall.
With a mole on her face, right? That kept growing.
There was just a lot going on with that at that time. And then if you remember, the boogeyman bit it off her face. Thank God. And she went into the singing
got even worse.
situation. It was just a lot of action. But
there was a lot happening.
Moving back, JBL was, carrying the blue brand at that time.
The thing is, if you look back to like 98 when the APA like kind of got together, if you think about their careers up to that point, and I said one of these two will be a singles champion in 3-4 years time, 100% Farouk. You would never think Bradshaw, right? You'd be like, okay, Farouk's the guy. Crazy to have watched stuff from like 98, 99 of them in the Acolytes and then the APA, and then for him to get to that level.
I think Devon was
not even like a throwaway reign. Like he was top of the card for like a year.
Yeah.
Well, SmackDown at least.
And I think that a big part of that is we're always talking about how you're just tearing up tag teams for no reason. Like this is one of the few that you're like, oh, they split up the tag team and it actually benefited one of them long term, right? We don't see that.
It's not like they had a plan for that. It just kind of happened, right?
Exactly. And it happened. And it wasn't right away either, if we remember.
Yeah.
So
and it never happened with Bubba and Devon. Like neither of those really got over as a single star. I mean, I guess you could say Bubba later in TNA, right? Yeah. He had a bit of a run, but never in WWE. Yeah.
And that was only because he said like there is literally nothing else we can do as a tag team. This was like what 2009, where they've been tagging together for 12 years at that point.
Yeah,
world champions in
everywhere,
WWF, Japan, TNA, and like, what more can we do together?
Tell the Hardy Boys that.
Japan. Oh my God, I hate it. You just trying to get this fucking guy going.
Again, if you last week on Dynamite, right? Andrade is doing the thing with Hardy with Private Party and
The Office,
and
then suddenly Matt Hardy sneaks in from the side. Like, I'm sorry, what?
If you look at the ratings, they fell off a cliff during that segment, and I'm like,
I wonder why.
If I was there, sitting there on a Wednesday evening, watching that, and Matt Hardy shows up with Andrade, I would have been like, "Oh my fucking God, I'm going to bed."
Just stop.
Can we discuss?
Let it go.
Can we discuss the entire women's segment from last week?
No.
Fuck my life. One of the worst things I've ever seen, and that's involving the Creepers.
I laughed at
one of the worst.
I laughed at Paige's line, but I do understand it was awful.
I need more wine before we can talk about this.
So she again. I mean, I'm listening to the What Culture review, and I've never related to Michael Sidgwick more. Right? I can feel these veins popping out. He's going, it's fucking stupid. What are they doing? Why is she now an authority figure? Why is she making lumberjack matches and then goes on commentary?
Why was it a lumberjack match? Like, did that even build to anything? Did that even do anything? It seemed completely pointless.
No. Why was the bunny out there with Britt Baker? Like I said, just 4 women.
They just throw all these girls together.
Just throw another pair of tits in there. It's fine, Tony.
Yeah, just throw all the heel girls together and put all the face girls together, even though there's literally zero continuity to this entire storyline. And don't worry, because you're never going to see them together again anyway.
There was look at you. You're still your gimmick as the number 1 announcer.
That's me. That's fucking me. Shit.
There was a very subtle, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit. We'll run this then. I'll say.
Let's track this because love to Jerry, by the way. ECW.
Love to Jerry so much. I'm always like a few seconds difference with you guys. Like we are perfectly in sync for once. This is great.
I can't believe
what did we just see? What did we just see?
Anyway, back to the women's segment. I was going to say, there was I can't remember exactly what Paige said, but she was basically ordering everyone around. And there was a moment where Tony Storm, she told her to go somewhere, do something. And Tony just kind of gave her the side eyes,
so the match is happening now. So Serena, come on down. Okay.
But, so it made me think that this whole Paige thing where Saraya, she's being all nicey and I love Tony Storm. I want her to retain. She was saying that on commentary. I think that there could be some tension down the line. But like I said, maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
You might be. I think it's going to take a lot more than just signing Saraya and doing whatever the hell is happening to revive this women's division in AEW, and that's really just my humble opinion.
Oh, I agree.
In the words of the late British Bulldog, it's fucked. It's fucked. In the meantime, I want to discuss that piece by Jamie Noble and Nydia. Another thing, can you imagine that happening on WWE TV in 2022? Oh yeah, no. Babe. I can't do the accents.
No, they're just a bit more subtle.
I'm going to come out on top.
I like it. What is she?
Is that you trying to do a trailer trash accent?
Yeah, he's like, I like it rough.
Rough. All right, and he's kind of sat on her first. Right, I get it.
It's just too much.
I want to go into Stewie Griffin. See, that's why they're trying to be subtle.
It's just a lot going on. But if you remember, so Nydia actually was the female winner of the Tough Enough. I
did not know that.
Yes,
genuinely, I had no idea.
Yeah, because they had Tough Enough they had a male winner and a female winner at that time. If I recall correctly, it was Nydia and Maven.
Right. We didn't get Tough Enough in the UK, so. They made a big deal out of it. We got Sunday Night Heat on Channel 4, which was so cool to have wrestling on terrestrial TV. Right, we had 5 channels, a bit like how many channels do you get in America? Let's see, is it NBC, ABC, Fox, and
what are you talking about? We have 500 channels.
No, but
non-cable.
Non-cable.
Oh yeah, you have PBS. CBS, NBC, ABC, and maybe one other miscellaneous.
UPN's one of them, right?
Yeah, well that's not around anymore. That merged with back then it was Warner Brothers that merged with
the CW network.
UPN, and now it's the CW.
But that's why it was a big deal that Smackdown got on UPN, because it was wrestling is on.
Yeah,
as what you'd call it, free TV. So the fact that they showed Sunday Night Heat on free TV in the UK, again, as a kid that didn't have cable, I could watch it all the time. 5 o'clock, Channel 4 every during because it's called TGI Fridays, not TGI Sundays.
Yeah.
T4, there you go.
Yeah,
they'd have a Hollyoaks omnibus and the OC. God, I'm cool.
Yeah. No, it was a good time, guys. Really, like, I don't know. Did we have the same shows? So on our TGIF, we had Boy Meets World was on there.
That was Disney Channel only for us.
Oh, okay.
My parents ended up getting a dodgy box, so I got to see Boy Meets World. Glorious.
Oh, they're friends again. They just needed to fight.
A lot of tongue there.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
You don't know that. You can't see through her hair.
Oh, my God. One thing I will say, Nydia had beautiful hair. Like, gorgeous. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm yawning so much tonight.
It's okay.
It's a late one.
Look, buddy, I was asleep at 20 past 8 today.
There you go.
It's been I don't know how people like look after kids full time. Good Lord.
A pre-pod nap. Good times.
Take his head. Oh. What is stuffing into his pocket?
I love that hoodie.
Red Devil. You see, Man United fan?
Don't think so.
Isn't he like a super Christian guy? Should you not be glorifying the devil like that? That seems like such a what?
Is he super Christian?
No, hold on, pause. So at this time,
Michelle McCool made him find Jesus. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, at this time, this was before he found the Lord again. He probably
look at Michael Cole's jumper.
I was about to say what Michael Cole dressed down Thursdays.
What the hell is happening?
And Taz is still rocking the mohawk.
Yeah.
Taz. Okay, so I want you guys to know, and I don't think I've been shy about this. There's a list of
Go on.
There's a list of people, God, that I always just thought that they were black growing up, and Taz is on that list.
He is though, right? Wait, he is or isn't?
He's not.
He is. No, that's not right.
No, he's not. I just thought he was because he's like my color, so I just thought he was a person.
Wait. Taz isn't black.
He's not.
No, I don't believe you.
Look it up.
I'm going to Google this. I don't believe that.
Just Google it. You see
American
his kid?
Italian.
You see his kid? Hook's his kid.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel it feels wrong searching for. Okay, so somebody's posted a photo on Twitter saying Taz's parents look exactly how I imagine them. Oh my God, the anticipation. Joni and Herman Sanachia. Is he Italian?
American Italian, buddy.
Yes.
No way.
Oh my God, Jack, you're having the moment that I had not that long ago.
Again, nothing wrong with it. I just can't believe he's not black. In my head, yeah, I thought he was.
Excuse me. It's much to my surprise. Okay, the list was when I was little. I thought Hulk Hogan was black.
I didn't think Hulk. I just thought really tan. I had an uncle who was super tanned as well. So
I thought Macho Man Randy Savage. I thought he was black too.
Oh, come on. Oh yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Scott Hall definitely thought he was at least Latino.
Latina, yeah. I thought he was, played the Cuban gimmick well. Fair play to him.
There's a list. Mark Mero. Are you kidding me?
Mark Mero? I suppose he played Little Richard, right? As a character. So
yeah.
God, you open a room and find Chris Benoit there. What do you do? Is it too soon? It feels too soon.
Just leave it, please.
Yeah, Benoit's raped here, man.
Roy's will have you like that.
This was the SmackDown 6 era, obviously, with the Guerreros. We just see Edge and Ray. It was the last one. Kurt Angle carried the show in 2002. Let's track this because it will be bad from anything with Benoit is bad from the network. The Lowriders, is that the right term?
Low rise. God. I hope they never come back.
I thought they were making a comeback in 2022.
We're fighting for our lives.
Billy Kidman.
The man who got to marry Tori Wilson.
Billy fucking Kidman. This fucking guy.
Tell you what, if we ever want the page to do well, just stick a recent photo of Tori Wilson at 46 looking
just amazing.
Ridiculous at 40 in a bikini.
I'm going to predict he does not win this match.
What's the match, JJ?
Kidman v Cena.
Oh, God. Big match, John. Looking very fresh-faced, John.
Looking very small match, John. You missed it, Jack.
Classic.
Billy Kidman better get used to losing.
Can I just say, as some guy got back into wrestling around 06, I fucking hated Cena so much. So much.
I never understood it.
John Cena looks like if the guy from American Dad had like a all-American athlete son.
Oh, okay.
Well, this Cena wasn't working either. So
it wasn't looking like he got somebody. Was he drunkenly like rapping on Stephanie McMahon on some flight back?
Drunk. I don't think it was drunk, but.
She wasn't supposed to hear him, right?
She just heard him rapping and she was like, "We can use that," and then that was it. That he was literally going to be released.
Well, he didn't even have a gimmick, really. He was on Cena.
I mean, he was the prototype, and then he was.
Yeah.
That was in OVW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed him and Samoa Joe and a few others from. Was it Cali? I can't remember the name of the wrestling company out there.
Don't know.
That's irrelevant.
Very irrelevant. But yeah, there's a lot going on in 2002.
But there was a lot of talent on the roster at that time. It's crazy when you look back. Like, they had all these people together. That's crazy.
Going to, even Billy Kidman, who's like, I assume is going to be in a squash match here. Well, not a squash match, but Cena's going to go over, right? But he's still like.
Why would Cena go over?
Just assuming he does because it's Cena, but I know it's a different time. It's just hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it?
I think Cena debuted 3 months earlier. Kidman was like, he was one of the main cruiserweight. I think they brought the cruiserweight title back around this time, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, because Jamie Noble had it.
Yeah, and they brought in. I think Paul London became champion in 03. Spoiler alert! And then I think they brought Paul. Did I say Paul London then? Or
Paul London.
Yeah, I meant Billy Kidman. Yeah, but they brought Paul London in from Ring of Honor because that was my early forays into Ring of Honor, seeing Paul London doing ridiculous things, like doing shooting star presses off ladders.
There was that whole period of time where Matt Hardy was like desperate to get into the cruiserweight division and like cut weight so that he could. Matt
Hardy version 1, or was it version 2?
I'm pretty sure version 1.
Matt Hardy has stuck around like a bad smell for 20 years. Like, he must be the biggest grifter in wrestling. If you think around this time,
that's definitely worse.
I can't think of any.
You just call him a grifter?
He's a grifter. Like, and he turned up in 2020 and managed to. He turned up. Wait, that may be different in America than it is in Britain. Turned up, which means that like he arrived at the party.
Right.
Yeah,
no, it's the same thing. It's just.
Is it like, turn up for what?
No.
Right. So and he got himself into the angle between the Inner Circle and the Elite, right? And did Stadium Stampede. How?
Legend of the business, mate.
He must have pictures of Tony Khan with farmyard animals. It's the only logical explanation with it. By the way, the internet has been awash with Tony Khan cocaine memes for the last 2 weeks, and I for one.
Oh yeah, it's been bad. The thing is with somebody like Matt Hardy is like, you kind of, if you hang on too long, this isn't just him, right? This is in the business.
You're going to go to the Queen's, the line from the Queen's funeral.
What?
Those who gracefully let slip plow will forever be remembered more so than those that cling on to it shamelessly.
Yeah, exactly. Like if
JJ, do something you didn't watch.
If you just allow yourself to, slowly, it's tough because not everybody has that type of career where you're like, this is my retirement match. Like somebody like a Shawn Michaels, right? Where it's like, this is my retirement match.
Saudi.
It's against the please, that didn't happen. In my world, I don't acknowledge it. That didn't happen. But like, not a lot of people get that moment to be like, oh, this is it, right? So I don't know if he wants that or if he's chasing that moment or whatever, but I don't think it's coming.
That moment has passed.
Can we say it? There's a lot of Hulkamania fans out there. It's Hulk doing a run-in on the show.
He was around at this time.
Look at this. Look how many bandanas.
I just told you at the beginning, I said that there were some sprinkles of Hulk Hogan, Mr. America, all that in 2002, 2003.
And I suppose this was 6 months after WrestleMania in Toronto, right? With him and The Rock and Hulk getting the big babyface pop.
There's a Cena sucks chant already in 2002.
But yeah,
do you know the thing with Cena, right?
Really fast. Just me, like he is going for it.
The thing with Cena, it's his facials that really annoy him. Everything's just
hokey.
And he did that. I remember, so in 2005, right, to get him over, they had him win a 3-match series with Angle and a 3-match series with Jericho. And I remember watching going, this is bullshit. Like this, there's no way this kid who I don't know really anything about has just whipped John Cena. I've just whipped Kurt Angle.
Yeah, it happened, brother.
But
it happened.
A very strange time.
You know what though?
I'm just here to see Steph, to be honest.
I know. I can't wait to see her. I did enjoy some of his raps though. Like he had like some very amusing lines.
What is it? The Master of Thugonomics. Oh, he wins. Stole one. He's got such a tiny. He's got that bodybuilder physique, hasn't he? I bet Vince thought he.
That's what he started off as.
Wacky roll-up guy. That's the new gimmick.
Yeah,
he's a wacky roll-up guy.
He was really in need of a new everything.
Well, he doesn't have a gimmick, does he? He's just Steph.
He's just John Cena.
Let's track the new CEO.
Here she is. You know what? I'm going to turn this blur off.
2 weeks, I think 2 months before he became $500 million, Chuck. They're not.
That was Dawn Marie. Got over Lita.
Not at the time, but yeah. So that's your hope for the show, right? Well, so it's the big pay-per-view at the weekend. It's Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. Will the Undertaker be allowed to use his cast?
Incredible. What a hook.
I'm thinking in my head, I remember this era as basically being, again, pardon the misogynism, MILF Steph. And yet she's 26.
She's 26.
In my head, she became like 35 in this role.
You know why? Because like, look at how they have her dressed. Like she's dressed way more mature. She's covered up.
Before she'd have like the tight dress and the boots and a choker on, and
Exactly. She became an authority.
She's an old woman, right?
Yeah, put a turtleneck on her. Ages 10 years.
Listen, a turtleneck does age you 10 years. What are you talking about?
Very much so. I've read your thoughts on gun control, Mark. All right, okay.
Can't believe it.
Again, this era as well. I just remember the themes when you hear like the opening 2 or 3 bits of intro from it. Like, shit, that's some good music.
But he still has this music now, right? It's not changed.
Yeah.
But everything Jim Johnson did between like 95 and like this, everything banged.
Gold.
You've noticed that AEW have started pulling a few of those out, like the Swerve's house, Whose House, Swerve's house, the head in front of Swerve's music. I mean, you can't do it with every music. Like, you can't find a glass shatter for every single intro, but
yeah, when it's appropriate, it's good.
Yeah, I think the Swerve's house one's really, really smart. And you can tell, like, it's only been around a couple months. I think he debuted it the week when they won the titles.
And she has music that bangs as well.
It's got more and more over every week.
Can I tell you something so sad? I watch AEW on mute sometimes, most of the time. So, like, I just don't even...
To be fair, though, I hate the commentary, and you know it's easy to dunk on Excalibur. I think he's becoming too like happy, just pally.
I think it depends. Like, I love Taz on commentary. Anytime
Taz is-
Regal's on
Taz is a baby
anytime
face.
Regal's on, it's
Awful.
great.
Regal's great. Regal's a different caliber of
Yeah.
individual. But Taz the heel when doing Team Taz was brilliant. He just played the grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? I hate this guy. Hope he gets injured. No. Whereas now it's like, hey, Shivani, look at that guy over there. I can't believe he's not black. That's just, my mind is so blown by that.
I've done it. Yes. No, but honestly, it is such a mind fuck, isn't it?
I can't get. I mean, I saw a hook and I thought, well, I can see. I'm guessing his mum's white. It's like, okay, whatever. Some genes have shown.
Okay, here's the thing, right? So you can look at that sort of situation in literally the only example that I know that exists in this world, and the reason why I believe that it can exist is because John's kids.
Penny's, yeah.
John has two beautiful mixed children, and they are blonde and blue-eyed, and like, so that's why I'm like, yeah, like you could look at Hook and still be like, okay, maybe, you know, but no, he's Italian.
Just, yeah. And like you said
I
before,
have very pale children.
What?
I have very pale children.
They're gorgeous.
Brock is
Thank you.
really stiff shot. I think Palumbo's beating from the mouth there.
Oh shit.
I think one of the things, again, I'm a Cornette fan, right? I listen to his podcast every week. He said, the thing
Are
with Brock,
you've never said that once.
follow Non Context Corny on all our platforms. He said when Brock came down to OVW, again, he's been a All-American, NCAA champion. He was just too fucking strong for his own good. And when he's trying to do things, and he's literally throwing people across the ring. Like, no, Brock, you've got to try and make it look realistic without actually flinging him. But this is what I do. Okay. And he said, like,
do you see that man? Just look at him.
He was described as country strong, but I don't know whether that's a term you're allowed to use anymore.
Yes, look at him. He's on that lumberjack shit. Like the stuff that he does now when he comes out.
Doing like toss the cable stuff in Scotland.
Yeah, like that's literally like he could be participating in the Highland Games. Like I could see him do that.
Another way, so like I never understood why it's called Ohio Valley Wrestling, right? Yeah, it's in Kentucky. And
do you want me to explain or
you can do? Yeah, please.
Okay. So, you know, I'm American, but most Americans don't know. I know, right? Only the good half is British. No, so the original 13 colonies that, you know, we kicked you guys out of here. It didn't
British Empire didn't get kicked out of anywhere, darling, but okay.
So when we continued to pursue west, we purchased the Ohio Valley. And that's what it was called.
Did you use the term we to
the
royal
US,
we to describe us, America?
No, the Americans, the United States of America. So we purchased the Ohio Valley, and then what that became eventually was those states. It became Kentucky, Ohio, a little chunk of the Midwest. So
right, okay.
That's why it's called Ohio Valley, because it's an old name for that part of the country.
Anyway, my point was, so they had TV in the Ohio Valley region, right? And he said Brock wouldn't understand that he couldn't swear, couldn't cuss on TV, and said, "This is he really did bust his lip open." He'd be he'd be screaming at guys in the ring, going, "Come on, motherfucker!" Like, Brock, you can't say that. This is going out at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
A family show.
But I'm in a ring with him. I'm squaring up with him. Yeah, he goes, "Fuck me, he's a specimen, but he's a dumb." And just wanting to start, like he said, he was too raw, just that powerfulness.
He just looks like a brute, like strange.
It looks like
guy.
somebody who you get a few drinks down him on a Saturday night, and he's going to be kicking off. Yeah.
Like, look at him manhandle. Like, look at Chuck Palumbo is a big guy, by the way, and he's like just picking him up with the greatest of ease, as they say.
Am I right thinking Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire,
what were they called?
I want to say something Thrillers or the
WCW had the worst names.
Man.
Let me Google it because it's gonna like kill me.
Chuck
now.
Palumbo and Sean O'Haire, something like the natural somethings or the good super kick. It is so weird how you'd look at Chuck Palumbo here and think, I'm going to put him in a gay tag team with Billy Gunn. You look at this, I mean, people say Vince McMahon's like a genius, and
they're actually getting him over in defeat. Like, it's just something you didn't see very often.
Well, you did on SmackDown around this time. It was basically Paul Heyman writing the show.
Yeah, true.
Which
the natural born Thrillers. You were all in that whole. You're right there, buddy. Right there.
I was around in 2000 again. As a kid, I watched a lot of WCW because I'm 12 years old and it's Car Crash TV, and I found it. It was basically like, God, Brock is a scary, scary dude. It was basically, just speed. Don't see that anymore.
What?
The weird like backbreaker on the.
So many moves you don't see anymore. That you don't see. Look how strong he just pick him up right from the backbreaker, throw him over that.
Brock's over in Toronto.
Atomic drop.
Yeah, we definitely mentioned this before that the atomic drop just isn't a thing anymore.
It just bring it back, guys.
Take her out in his Timberlands.
The side
there's
Russian
my boy
head
Jimmy
leg
Cordero.
sweep. Oh God, Jimmy, my guy. Yeah, it's just look at Undertaker with the Tims. It's just so weird. Just
so wrong. I mean, how many
God.
midlife crises can you have in? Wow, that job.
Who was that guy?
That's a guy from some enhancement program, some developmental program somewhere.
Damn, he's just whacking everybody with the cast. It's a weapon.
Oh wow, busted
open.
So, but from this, how's the Undertaker the babyface here? I don't think I've ever seen Brock
going against authority, right?
True. I don't think I've ever seen Brock bleed before.
It's very rare.
2012 was your era, right?
Heyman. Oh my God, you're bleeding! Oh my God!
So you can do accents when you need to. What was the thing with Randy Orton? Did Brock just beat the shit out of him to make him bleed from the head, or
SummerSlam? Yeah.
Give us a story there, because I remember again I was out of the game.
I remember watching it, and you had no idea what was going to happen, and it was just a mauling. Brock
just came out
and just elbowing him in the face, and he was just on the floor, not moving. His head was pouring with blood, and I was genuinely there, like, I think he's killed him. He might have just killed him in the ring. And yeah, like, Brock went backstage, right, and Jericho squared up to him and like tried to fight him. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's Brock.
Yeah.
Genuinely looked scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird.
My heart, Randy. I miss Randy. Randy, come back to us.
Yeah, what's wrong with Randy at the minute? Where is he?
He's on the shelf for a bit.
Oh, good Lord.
Don't make it too obvious what you're doing, Dan. Fucking hell. Oh, hi, Dad. I was just stretching.
This angle has got Vince written all over it, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know why Tori Wilson's dad there anyway, but Don Marie what fucks him to death.
Do you guys remember
the wedding?
It was disgusting.
I just remember seeing clips where why would they have a camera in the hotel room again? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was this was like cringe, like top, like deep into the cringe levels. Like I'm thinking about it right now, like just seeing him here is bringing all those cringe memories back.
I think the Dudley Boys, JJ, described it as SmackDown was a really good show you saw like the opener, right, with Edge and Ray against Ron Simmons and Devon. You've got Angle, Guerrero, Benoit, whatever. But they had to sprinkle a little bit of the nuts in just to keep Vince occupied. Like, like jangling the keys. Look at that. Yeah. Old guy getting fucked to death. You like that? Go there. Go there. But the weird thing is that Dawn Marie was never a wrestler in ECW. So
was never a wrestler.
She was the valet of Lance Storm.
Yeah.
It was part of the Triple Threat. It was Lance Storm, Chris Candido, and Shane Douglas, I think. Yeah, I mean, Dawn Marie never struck. Tori Wilson, Stacey Keebler, right, were stunning. Dawn Marie, again, without sounding too disrespectful, just a little bit more trashy. And she's still hot, let's be honest, but still. But she was never a wrestler, so it's weird that they turned into one.
Well, I don't know what to say. It's more of those keys dangling in front of Vince, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at that. They're using the internet, matitude.com.
Look at, wow. Do you guys remember things used to like load? You would see the bar at the top and you'd be like, oh, it's almost done. It's halfway there.
Yeah.
I was saying I had like the days of like spending 3 hours for us to download a song off Winamx or Kazaa on Napster. LimeWire, because they had the same like 12 clips on wrestling clips. I'd be, again, being a naive teenager. That's why I never got laid. Just searching for wrestling clips everywhere.
I'll never forget the day, you see my voice is going, the day that I discovered Wikipedia. I was so happy because like, I stayed up all night. I remember I was at my sister's dorm. I used to, my God, that was like my reprieve, being able to go visit her at school. I was in my sister's dorm on a computer because we didn't really have a computer at home at that time. Just to be able to sit there and read about wrestling all night long. Like it was a dream.
I spent so much time at my first year at uni being in the Preston library. Just again, that's the first time I really discovered Wikipedia. And I was just like researching old wrestlers and stuff. God, I was so sad.
Yes. It was just so cool.
I say was so sad, like it's got any better. Like, let's be honest.
It's not any better.
It's not any better. It's got a worse, if anything. I've not even seen it in the football. Did Liverpool beat Rangers?
Yep.
3-1?
I don't know.
That would have been my guess.
Oh, a sneak peek of the swimsuit issue.
Oh, we know who the real star is. Tori coming out last. Look at her.
A little wink to the crowd. She knows what she's doing.
How far Rikishi has fallen since he did it for The Rock.
I did it.
She did it for the Island Boys. They've got it right. You've got to think at some stage, right? They have to bring Rikishi back in something for the Bloodline.
Before they break them up, they have to.
Like he's still active on Twitter doing his bit.
I don't think he has any involvement with it. I don't think he has any involvement with it. Like it's just
maybe not.
I think it's Sami Zayn feeding him lines because like, it was like the last one was him like finding the Photoshop version right with Sammy saying the four brothers saying Sammy we need to talk.
Yeah,
Sammy, call me.
I mean,
Sami Zayn has no business being so funny though. He's just so brilliant.
Like
this is
I wasn't tired of the Bloodline at all, but like, excuse me, like he's just brought a level of like revival to it, which is nice.
The thing is, right?
I think him and Solo Sikoa actually like.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at the blood on the canvas. They haven't even cleaned that from Brock
Lesnar. Yeah.
This is 2002, buddy.
He got hit with an offensive weapon, Jack. He didn't blade.
I've been described as an offensive weapon before myself, so yeah, I can relate to that. No,
I've been described as offensive and a weapon,
but not one together.
No.
Have you been described as having your own offensive weapon?
Never.
I'm just a weapon.
Nicole may disagree to that one. The Bloodline angle. The Bloodline angle is with Sammy. I think. Again, I like old school British comedy, right? So Morecambe and Wise. Let's say, have you seen Morecambe and Wise before?
No.
You, given your love of British heritage and stuff, you would love them. They did something like with the world's most famous conductor called Andre Previn, and they said to them, "This is brilliant, but the key to this is nothing should be funny at all. You can't react to anything like it's actually comedic." And Sammy plays this like complete deadpan.
Yeah,
like
he's serious.
WWE the commentator going, "How will we combine with the tensions?" And he goes, "Hey, we're just having like a family around. We're good. Don't try and stir the pot. We're all right. We're a family. We get through things."
Honestly, like when Roman threw him that T-shirt, and Roman is good at it too, though, because like Roman is so serious, right?
Roman's facials are tremendous.
Yeah,
he's come so far. He has
like, no, this is the perfect role for him because he doesn't need to talk a lot. He just needs to say the right things at the right times, and you can tell sometimes he wants to laugh, because like who wouldn't want to laugh, right? But like he's like, "Sammy, take that shirt off."
It was like your dad. It's like I got visions of me coming home in a wrestling shirt. My dad looking at me like, "Take that shirt off." Oh man, sorry. Who the hell's this Rock? But I mean, I watched our wonderful producer Frank, who managed to get the press conference with Roman and Logan Paul. I actually went and watched that, and it was Roman not saying anything. And you can tell he spent a lot of time working with Paul Heyman, because it's what Paul did to Brock back in the day. But Roman wouldn't say anything, and he just kind of overlooked all.
Can I just tell you also? His name is Francis.
Francis.
Okay. We're calling him Francis now.
He's going to be in Saudi for the next show.
I know.
Right? I think so. Yeah.
So keep your eyes on the YouTube channel. You might see some good content.
Not the small package. Oh, is that supposed to be a flip over? This is so bad. Yeah, Tori and Dawn Marie. They weren't Benoit and Angle. God love them.
Rikishi saved that match. Like he just did everything.
Yeah.
There was nothing good there that didn't involve Rikishi.
Oh, nice low blow.
Fair play.
The guys on the second row loved it. Is Tori
like, I wish it was me.
Wow, she was nowhere near that slap. Matt's gonna get a stink face presumably. Oh, that's a convenient fall.
Okay.
When was Rikishi let go? Because wasn't he? Oh, she wants to do it. I mean, how we start? Speaking of offense.
Jesus Christ.
First of all, he's going to welcome this.
Matt's about to come.
If you guys remember.
He's asking for it.
Yes.
This is, again, the keys jangling to Vince, right? So he thinks he's going to get a stink face from Tori Wilson. Oh my God, I love it. But it ends up being Rikishi. I love it.
That was not the worst comedy angle.
I love when you do Vince's voice because like it's kind of like a dialect of Hunter's voice, but just like a little.
Well, Hunter's a lot more slow. I mean, Hunter's. I've noticed that he's talking a lot more. He did that interview with Ariel Helwani, right, and a few others. He's talking a lot more seriously. God, Brock scares the shit out of me here.
Oh my God.
You look at
Paul,
this,
Paul with that stupid ponytail.
Anyone who has done this to Brock Lesnar, you think they are going to have the holy you-know-what beat out of them.
But it's Taker.
What Stephanie McMahon's decision will be?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, this should be a banger.
Yeah. 3 of the greatest wrestlers of this generation, and Chavo.
I thought you were going to say, and another guy we don't name.
I want you to know on mine, at least on the TV, it still said Chris Benoit. They haven't gone as far as to blur his name from
same
programming.
I think it's more an SEO thing, to be honest. Yeah. And for those watching, it's 55, 35, 36, 37, 38, and it is Paul Heyman pleading with Stephanie McMahon in the $1 billion princess's private office.
I wonder what it's going to be. Just saying the same thing. I've been watching Better Call Saul recently, and Paul Heyman and Saul Goodman can see the resemblance.
So I know we just asked this. When did Rikishi, oh, this is getting bad, leave WWE? Apparently, according to Wikipedia, he was released by WWE on July 16th, 2004, following repeated requests from WWE to lose weight.
Yeah.
It's hard out here, guys.
Not surprising.
It's a tough, as Peter would say, it's a tough.
It's a tough.
It's tough.
Like it's a tough life.
Yeah, like it's a tough. And it's like, where's the rest of the sentence?
I'm still waiting for the Peter Maivia. Fucking hell, Milner. Peter Almeida. I've done that like 3 times now. Peter Almeida made a face put over the grandson. Wait, Rob Van Dam versus Ric Flair. What?
I'll send you a picture of him with the boy.
You never seen the match, Jack? Rob Van Dam versus Ric Flair. You never seen it?
I haven't. No.
Chris Jericho and Christian.
Yes,
I didn't even recognize Jericho there. What is that beard?
Booker T, Chris Jericho, Christian, and Goldust. 3 of those 4 in AEW still wrestling.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho
20 years later.
So different. Christian is so much cuter with short hair.
Christian is a fine looking man.
With short hair.
Now.
He was doing himself a disservice by hanging on to that long hair. Let that shit go.
I'm sure he did all right.
When he became Captain Charisma.
Jungle Boy disagrees.
Jungle Jack Perry.
Jungle Boy Jack.
Thing that so 4 tag teams in this tag team championship tournament. Only one of them is a legitimate tag team. The rest are just blokes that have been thrown together. You obviously got the Guerreros, right? And the rest it's Benoit and Angle for some reason. Edge and Ray, and then Devon and Farouk, as we mentioned.
SmackDown 6.
But you know what's funny? I think back then they had all these big guys together that like they were already like over as single stars, whereas like now it's like you 2 guys, you're on the mid card or lower. We don't have shit for you. Like just be a tag team. Like I think that's the difference.
Wasn't that like Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, right? They were put together and they were champions forever. Well, not forever, for a good 6 months, just because nothing for you, buddy.
You know what? I actually really love Bobby Roode in Impact.
I did. Beer Money.
I loved him there.
I loved his jackets, loved his style. Again, my type of wrestler, right? Very old school.
Mm-hmm.
Not many flips or anything. Right.
I'm very invested in this Torrie Wilson Dawn Marie storyline.
Well, so I'm the.
So she just found out that those flowers were actually for Dawn Marie, not for her.
Oh no!
She pretended they were for her.
What are we gonna do, Dad?
I've just found a great match out there. I don't know. She lost, did she? Oh, you not your shoes and socks on the chair.
Cannot believe it.
What was he called? Al Wilson, right?
Al Wilson.
Why is he clothed? Why is he in the? Why is he going?
There's just a lot happening.
Taz knew it.
What? So wait a minute. He's taking his shoes and socks off, but he's left his pants
and his dress shirt.
So if there's a girl 25 years younger than you, so why don't you come in the shower, Al? Just take my shoes off. 1 second. Shirt? No. You leave that on. But again, I imagine Vince just finding that stuff hilarious. But that was pretty much him, wasn't it? 6-year-old guy with 25, 30-year-old women.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
God.
Look, JJ, as somebody who's dealt with lawyers a lot in the last 3 or 4 years, I know my shit, pal. Not my first rodeo. I've got Alan Buchanan on speed dial these days. Actually, that's a very fair. That's a very fair point. You're up a point, or I get a call in the next few weeks.
Who?
Where I did my injury.
Oh, right. Was it their fault?
No, but I'm asking them, can you provide physio due to the fact I did it on their grounds? And they are repeating in every email to me. I will try and see what we can do. This is like very wordy. This is by no means an acceptance of guilt or acceptance of liability on our part. Any help we offer will be voluntary and without any admittance of whatever. And lads, I'm not going to sue you. Just give me some physio for my knee. But they're terrified now. Every correspondence of this replying to you is blah blah blah.
We've got to cover themselves, haven't they?
Yeah, I get that.
We got to cover ourselves.
I actually went to the physio today. See the doctor today. My sports career is not looking great, JJ.
I'm sorry. Was it looking okay before?
Leafy. Horrible.
The problem is I'm a very committed player, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
The rugby, as you guys call it.
That sounds so wrong. I'm a very committed player.
Rugby, cricket.
Rugby. But he said basically I've got the knees of someone who's like in their 40s, late 40s.
So
you're not far.
What's that?
Not far off.
He said, I said I do a lot of running. He went, yeah, you might have to like buy some swimming trunks or stick up cycling. You're gonna have to do something else.
It'd be your own friend.
Honestly,
I'm not wearing spandex. If I'm wearing spandex, I'm going to be taking bumps. I'm not putting my ass through that saddle pain.
Jack, get yourself in the swimming pool, mate. Honestly,
that's the future. Yeah.
Do it.
Well, I think we're back to swimming tots on Sunday. So, am I seeing you there?
Yeah, I was there last weekend.
There you go, Lissy. Dad life up at 9:30.
Wow.
So down there for 9 o'clock is to go take the boys swimming.
That's so early.
It was empty. It was the first week it was opening again. There was only
we were supposed to go. Well, we were going to go last week, but obviously they were both ill. So
what do they close in summer or something?
Yeah. They have the open air pools in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Has this match even started?
I don't know. Too busy talking swimming.
I know.
Edge and Ray have already just taken up.
It's not started.
Wait, but Edge and Ray are not part of the match, are they?
No, they face the winners in the final and No Mercy.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
This was like.
Bear in mind, they're faces.
Okay.
And they're going to be given a lot of time here. There's 20 minutes left on the show, and we've only got the.
But don't we find out? Don't we find out Stephanie's decision?
Of course, it's the.
So that's part of it as well. Yeah. Can't end with the main event. Got to end with the talking segment.
I mean, yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? I've not been watching anything of the New York Raw. Is it still really good, or has the honeymoon period wore off yet?
It's all right. There's some good, some bad. I mean, Chad Gable getting squashed, not a fan.
Oh, I knew it.
Who did he get squashed by?
Strowman.
Yeah. Is he controlling his narrative from afar?
From up close.
Who can say? The Dexter Lumis stuff is
entertaining.
Funny. Yeah, but like as soon as he gets in a ring, it's like, oh, okay. He still can't wrestle. I mean, I've never found anything he did on NXT inside the ring thrilling. To be honest.
I think
he's an attraction, isn't he?
He's an attraction. Like, he has a great persona and like
an aura, right? He's got an aura.
Yes. I mean, he's like all the time. Like,
he's made a lot of money on the fact that he does not blink.
Yeah, the unlimited eye contact is amazing. And he has those piercing blue eyes that just so yeah, I mean, that's his thing. That's his way he's cashing his check. So I'm not mad at him.
I'm trying to think what else is happening. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. I haven't watched last night.
I will listen to the review every week just because, I'm a Sidgwick stan. But it does sound like it started off really well under Papa H, and it's suddenly like, yeah.
It can't keep on like that. Also,
well, that's what with AEW, didn't it?
Fans are fickle. Think about it. Wrestling fans, we are the most fickle fans in the world. I mean, you can't please us all the time. That's just what it is, right? Once we were so used to the bad stuff, right? But after a few weeks of the good stuff, we're so used to the good stuff that it's not, you forget how good it is because you're like, oh, it's the same shit. It's like, no, we were watching bad stuff for 10 years.
I disagree. I think the good stuff under Triple H isn't actually that good. It's just better than the shit that we were fed for like 10 years, right? So in comparison, it's like, wow, this is amazing. Stuff's actually happening. And you're like,
Any improvement.
Yeah. But you can't change these things overnight. And like, it's a good start. I'll definitely tune into Extreme Rules on Monday morning.
Yeah.
And see what happens there. And
oh, fucking what am I saying? Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think it's kind of how we were saying.
Imagine that he wakes up in the middle of the night. What are you doing? Watching Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I know.
Go to bed.
That's actually what I was talking. I was just thinking about that. It's like wrestling.
It's Riddle versus freaking Seth freaking Rollins, brother.
The wrestling is a point of contention. Don't get me started.
Find something to do until 1 a.m.
It's like I'm gonna keep watching it, so I don't care, and I'm gonna keep participating. But yeah, like the thing is, it's like
this argument is scheduled for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Sorry, go on.
We can't keep having these big returns, right? Like I got tired of it in AEW.
AEW, yeah.
Lights go out. Who's next? Yeah, it's very ECW.
So like it's just so uneventful every week when you're like, oh, somebody's gonna come back. But yeah, I mean, I think like we got to the place where we're like, okay, all right, Johnny Gargano is back. Like I don't really need to see anybody else back right now because like there's not enough development happening in the storyline yet where I'm gonna be like excited to see somebody new because these people are still new. So I think we can, as Peter would say, slow down and just enjoy the ride. Not that I'm like an expert at booking or anything.
Look at that. This is like one of the vets. Just slow it down, brother. Come on. You're going too quickly. Doing too many moves. She's
been listening to Gangrel, giving advice to the kids in the back at CC
Just speaking with the vet. Yeah, you're one of those people that Regal actually likes. You've been going stealing, listening to the vets rather than going, oh, no, we don't need to listen to the old timers.
No, I mean, it's just, I don't mind I know, Jack, I know you hate it. Like, the newer style of wrestling where it's
I can't watch it. Yeah.
It's okay. Certain stuff. It's like, okay, why are 10 people standing around waiting for someone to jump on them? Like that sort of thing drives me crazy. I'm not going to lie, but I mean, I don't mind like the fast paced matches. But
this match is quite fast paced, but it's all made sense so far.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it. Did you see, apparently I had some mates who were at the FTR Aussie Open match in London, said it was just fucking phenomenal, just unreal, and phenomenal. And yet FTR haven't been on TV in 4.5 months. Like,
yeah, well, they took a shot at Tony after the match, didn't they? They were like, "Tony, we're still here, yeah."
Book us if you want, TK, like Sugar Man.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, it's interesting that like the AEW locker room, they're not afraid of Tony. Like, they're really not. Like, you could tell. Like, even. I think I saw like a tweet from like Miro today and it was like, oh, like they're too afraid to tag me or something like that. Or like, because obviously like it sounds like he's frustrated with, his booking and stuff like that. But like there's been a lot of them and they just like basically.
Abaddon came out the other week saying, I'd love to just wrestle. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just crazy. Like I feel like WWE, it just, there's a lot more formality and there's like a lot more deference. That's shown.
You'd say it's a corporate structure. You'd be worried about the certain repercussions of, breach.
The thing with someone like Abaddon, right? If she wanted to go and do a match at CCW or anywhere, I don't think TK would stand in her way, right? Like loads of them.
No, he wouldn't.
Other
No,
stuff on indies. So if she wants to wrestle, she can wrestle, right? I understand that she wants to wrestle in AEW, but
yeah, but there's a difference between wrestling for 300 people in a
10,000
gym somewhere.
How over is Kurt Angle here, by the way?
He's so over. And wrestling in front of thousands of people and then being broadcasted on TV across the country or obviously across the world. So I think that's what it is. Like somebody and I really like Abaddon, by the way. Thanks for bringing her up.
I think the biggest difference is in kind of like a culture shift in the last, I want to say 5-6 years with social media and with wrestlers making money from their own merchandise, such as pro wrestling tees. People aren't scared of their employers anymore. And this is how it was in like the territory days. I could just, you don't want to book me, right? Well, fuck you. I'm going to go to the next territory. I consider myself a star, and I'm going to be treated or booked like this. FTR. You don't want to use me? Okay, we'll go to Japan. We'll go to Wrestling Impact. We'll go wherever.
Yeah, but why do you think WWE tried to shut down people making money from Cameo, from Twitch, from any other of these avenues? Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just different ways of management, right? And we know TK. I don't think you can compare Tony Khan and Vince McMahon or Tony Khan and Triple H or AEW and WWE in terms of the structure. It's just two completely different workplaces.
But it's a noticeable shift in wrestlers not being scared of their employers anymore, which when WWE had that stranglehold, that grip, that monopoly from 2002 onwards, there was nowhere else to work realistically up until Impact 06. I think they got the 2 hours on Spike TV.
Yeah, but it's weird because Impact 06 really wasn't coming the way that like AEW is coming.
No,
I think
it was great.
It was great. Just there was no business acumen behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Dixie
Cat. They were still run as like a small company.
Yeah, and I don't think they had the infrastructure in place, right? So, I mean, that was my only. I've never seen a WWE live event. I've seen a TNA one in Liverpool when they came over, and it was brilliant. They sold out the Olympia, and great job block by Eddie. But yeah, if you remember, they did the big announcement. I think January 4th. Was it 2019 AW? And they then had 9 months before their TV went live to get everything in place, which is they never had that type of structure in TNA. And I'm a big advocate. Jeff Jarrett's podcast, he says like Dixie Carter was the biggest hindrance to the company in its entire existence because it was just her way. She was the owner, but the problem was everyone just knew then if you wanted anything doing, just go and schmooze up to Dixie. Like Kevin Nash has apparently been caught having many a bottle of wine with Dixie in hotels.
I won't hear a word.
No. I'm not saying anything untoward, but I'm saying, you want another contract.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Wait, is this conflicting teammates who can't get along? This is going to be right in the face of Chavo, isn't it?
Can they coexist? They sure can.
Got his hands up quite well. Chavo wants nothing to do with that CTE.
The Angle Slam.
They're so over.
Get in there, Mike.
I mean,
good match.
If you can separate, I love Benoit matches. Like if you can separate the wrestling,
the artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got no problem watching up, but I can understand why. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
Like you and I joke about it, JJ. I think you and I are a bit more heartless. It's a very dry British thing. It's just.
I don't think it's heartless. Like
No, I'm not mad at him. Like the way that some people are.
Some people are.
Some people
furious still.
Yeah, and
they are rabid.
I put a picture up of on our Instagram page of I think Benoit, Guerrero, and Angle. Right, I got the pun. Yeah, really tickled to see that. And some people say, "Well, disgrace! Like you're glorifying what he did." So I'm not glorifying what he did. It's three of the best wrestlers But that's 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's you can't win this type of argument, and it's so difficult. Don't even try. Like, if you like him, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Like, I don't even get into this discussion with people because it's exhausting. Like,
I think the people that are going to comment on stuff like that probably aren't even that bothered. They just say it because they enjoy being offended.
Yeah.
Like, if something like that really bothered you, they'd probably just go to your profile and click the unfollow button because they don't want to see that in their feed.
Easy.
I've argued that point so many times with people on social media.
I'll do it for you, actually.
How do I feel? I feel like I can recognize that guy, but I don't know what his name is.
Yes, she is. What's the decision going to be? It's just thrilling.
I mean, she's not quite Jamie Hayter levels, but Steph is. I still haven't watched Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale, by the way. I'm saving that when I've got got a free house.
Some alone time.
Pretty much. The boy goes back to nursery tomorrow. Lorraine's back in the office. Oh my God.
You excited for his birthday? Not far now.
Not really.
Okay.
He has no idea. He won't care.
No, it's true.
Like, she's got, there's a box, right? There's a big plastic bag in the living room here of stuff she bought from the early learning center. He was just so happy to play with the bag.
Yeah.
They play with everything except the toys.
And same with, like, if he ever gets a box, he's just there.
100%.
The box is great.
And that's all bored. So, like, he doesn't care. Like, so she was going to buy cupcakes for everyone at nursery, but he's not even there. He's got a doctor's appointment in Malaga. So
just do it on the day before.
Well, I think his birthday is the Monday, so I think we'll just, like you said, we'll just buy a cake and send it in on the Friday.
Just do it on Friday.
Yeah, do that.
They'll do something for him.
John's a veteran of the birthday circuit.
The nursery game.
No, it's true. Like, they don't know. Like, my niece's birthday is in March.
I want to know what she's going to decide. Oh, okay. Spring people like you carry on talking.
But yeah, but JJ, we got brought. Did you get that? There's a goodie bag you came home with a couple of weeks ago for someone's birthday.
We probably had left by then.
Oh, you've already gone.
They've shifted the school.
Yeah, but it happens. Like people do all kinds of stuff for the birthdays.
Yeah, but they don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. These kids don't know. My niece, her birthday's in March. We did her party in April. Like, no one cares.
Seb now has got to the point where he goes to birthday parties and everyone sings happy birthday, but they're not singing it to him, and he's upset. He's like, "Why are they singing this to me?"
It's the same at Penny's. Yeah,
buzzing. He's going to be buzzing on his birthday. Honestly,
let's see. Yeah, but it's more a case of trying to work out what should we do and what is like the norm. But if you send cupcakes in and then apparently, so and so, this kid's got allergies, or this one can't have chocolate, and
but they know. Just send in a cake and then they'll give it to whoever can have it, right?
All right. Can have it.
Yeah.
And then you have I don't know if you guys have a lot of this. They have the gluten kids. They have the like.
Lorraine went through a phase and I had to buy her a gluten-free birthday cake. It tasted horrendous.
It's
never going on that route again.
It's not worth eating. Just don't even waste your money. Just buy fruit.
Let's see what she says. I'm excited.
What do you think? What do you think she says?
I think she says you can use it.
I think so. Let's track
There's enough offensive weapons in there, right?
Open that cut up again, innit? Oh, not the cast.
That was weird.
Not that offensive weapon.
Okay, that was a very well done angle. Gets his heat back for the entering the main event. Sells the pay-per-view. Wonderful work.
Let's go, brother.
Very clever work all around. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Wrestling making sense.
Approve.
But yeah, like you said, you mentioned but I just asked Matt Miro was asked about this, saying, what did you do when he found like voicemails on Sable's phone from like, what do you do? What am I going to do? It's Brock Lesnar. Hey, Brock, I'm not happy with that. Right? We got a problem? We got a problem? No, sir.
Yes, sir. Wait, hey, you calling my wife? Like, could you imagine if your wife is cheating on you with Brock Lesnar? You're just going to take her. Please, let me to pack your bags for you. Like,
Oh
dear. That was a mistake, wasn't it?
How inadequate do you feel as a man compared to Brock Lesnar, the alpha of alpha males?
Just think about that. Like, come on, guys.
That cup must have been reopened. Brock, come on, open it up, buddy. Play the game. If this was Jim Crockett Promotion 1986, you'd be bleeding a gushing right now.
No, Heyman's cut open.
That's a veteran of the biz. Heyman straight gets the juice.
The Undertaker's cast just looks so ghetto.
Why does it look ghetto?
Just look at it.
Like blood hanging off.
You can tell it wasn't applied by an actual doctor.
Like the one guy in the group was supposed to be like a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick.
Exactly.
Oh, Brock just left him in a pool of his own blood.
The Undertaker's weapon. I fear the Undertaker's weapon.
Sarah did. So around this time as well, the guy who goes over on the go home show wouldn't be winning the pay-per-view, right?
Of course.
So the Undertaker stands tall, which means Brock comes out on top, which I think he did, didn't he? He lost the title, I think, a month after the Angle, and they went back and forth for 6 months.
Good times.
That's a good show.
Very, very insane show. I actually thought that was better than a lot of the Raws that we've watched from like 98, 99.
That was better than a lot of the AEW shows recently.
That was better just in general than a lot of we've watched on this program forever.
It's better than WCW 2000, right?
Definitely better than WCW 1996.
No, I think
2000 was worse.
I think there's a couple of weeks. There was a Raw from '96 and there was a Thunder from '98 we watched, which was
Thunder. Oh my god!
It was built around Goldberg versus Raven. That came up. I think that was around this time last year.
Listen, I've got PTSD from watching Thunder. That was
go back
painful.
and watch some like Mid-Atlantic wrestling again.
No, we're not doing that again either.
Okay, I think we may start with SmackDown. But if anyone is still watching, which is unlikely, we're up to 2,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. 2,046 followers of Mainly Wrestling on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for watching, sharing, and subscribing.
Thank you.
We'll carry on with SmackDown entering episode 16 next week. In the meantime, he's been a very well-groomed John Jacobs. She's a London-bound Lissy Almeida. And I'm a very under-the-weather Jack Mill now. Ta-ra!
Peace.
How do I stop? Is that done?
You're gone.
No, I